Having a toddler is like having a little boss who's bossing you around through everything. One thing that you struggle with when you are a toddler parent is food. You have little people walking around telling you what to eat. And if I could let my daughter, should have ice cream for breakfast. Let me tell you. In this video, we're going to talk about how you can get your toddler to eat more. If you have a choosy toddler, this is your video, okay? First of all, you don't want to constantly give your kid sweet stuff like muffins, chocolates, small things like Crispies and yogurt. And okay, there's nothing wrong with yogurt, maybe less of that. And this baby food pouches, I don't know what they're called, but the baby food pouches, avoid all those together, because if you're constantly giving them something sweet or something easy to snack, that means they constantly want to eat more, right? They easily digest these things and then they want more. The best way to go about food is you eat with them. When you make breakfast, you sit down. If you know that your toddler is choosy and they don't always eat everything, they don't know, or they mostly run away from food, you want to ensure that they eat what's on the plate. The only way to do that is for you to model. Kids learn through modeling, right? They see you do it and then they will do it. Bring your plate, fill it up to whatever, and then eat with them from the same plate. When you are eating, you want them to be as close as possible. In that way, when you are eating, they'll be here and then they also are curious. So when they are curious, you want to give them something, right? You're like, look, mommy is eating. Do you want to try this? Oh my goodness, this is so delicious. Are you sure you don't want to try this? And then that will pique their interest. You do that over and over again. And then also you put your foot down. When they want Crispies or they want lollies, you stop doing that. I remember our toddler at some point, a doctor introduced her to a lolly. We went to see a doctor, and then when we were at her office, she gave her a lolly. Ever since, she wanted lollies. And then eventually, when I went out with her, I would buy her a lolly. There's this playing center in the middle of a shopping center. She would know that going there every time she'd get a lolly, up until her dad put his foot down. If it wasn't for him, we'll still be doing the lolly game. Now we are buying toothbrush every time we go to the playing center. And then eventually my husband was like, we can't always get her lollies. She needs to stop eating lollies. So we decided, both of us agreed, right? We agreed that she is not going to have lollies because that's not good for her. That's too sweet. And whenever she had sweet like that or lollies, she starts to acting crazy. And you can't have that every time. So at some point we were like, no lollies. So whenever we went to that shopping center, instead of her buying lollies, she's now buying toothbrush, because we've told her that lollies are bad for her, first of all, and then she can have a chocolate but not a lolly. But with a chocolate, she doesn't have to eat a chocolate every day. So she has now connected that shopping place with a toothbrush. We are buying toothbrush every other time we go to that shopping center. I'd rather be buying a toothbrush every day rather than buying a lolly and then having her chucking tantrums. Do you know what I mean? So that's the other thing. And then you ensure that the food that you feed them is actually good food. You have them avocados, eggs, they eat full breakfast with you. So you want to avoid to give your kids junk food, because like I said, processed food are easy to digest. Also, they have a whole lot of sugar and a whole lot of salt. So this combination on its own, it's a chaos combination. It's a tantrums all day combination. So avoid that. And then when it comes to food, put your food down as an adult and get your child to eat. When you have a plate that has egg, avocado, and then apples, and then maybe pancakes, and the child is like, no, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. And it's a no to everything. Put your foot down and say, eat this, okay? You have to eat something. We are all eating. This is the only thing you're not eating. If she say, no, but I'm hungry, I don't, yet they're not eating what's on their plate, then you have a problem, okay? The problem is not the child. You are the problem because you let your child tell you what to eat. Children, our daughter eats everything in this house. Children learn by observing, as I said, and then children learn by instructions. When they try to push a boundary and then you let them push it, they're going to always take advantage of that. But when they try to push a boundary and you stand your ground, say, no, baby, you're going to have to eat what's on the plate. When you're hungry, your food would be here. She'll come back and eat that plate. I'm telling you, she will eat that plate. Try to not have junk in your food in your pantry or in the fridge where she can go and open, then she find funny things in there. Oh, mommy, look, it's a chocolate. I want a chocolate. Oh, I want a crispy. I don't want this one. I want that. No. If you have snacks or junk food, keep them where they can't reach and then ensure that they actually eat. There's nothing wrong with you letting them have something they like maybe one crispy a day, of which I wouldn't advise. But if that's your thing, then fine. With our daughter, she can have chocolate, she can have ice cream and pancakes. So what we normally do is in the morning, first thing in the morning, you want them to eat something that's not sweet, something like we boil her eggs in the morning and then she have eggs with avocado, and then after she had that she can have anything she wants, like either pancake or it's mostly pancake, to be honest, okay? And then sometimes she would have eggs and avocado, or she would have oats, and then she will have, what else is there? She'll have a toast. Okay, you want them to have something that's not the very first thing they have in the morning should never be sweet. If it's sweet, you are done. That means you are training them to go for sugar the first thing they wake up. That's a recipe for disaster. So try as much to ensure that your kids have first thing in the morning protein and less starch. There are so many options with proteins, and avoid processed food. Processed food aren't for kids. Please make purees at home. Stop buying these pouches, food already made baby food. Those things have so many things, including metals in them, and you're constantly feeding your kids all this. Stop that altogether and cook food at home. It's very more cheaper when you do it at home. I'm a stay-at-home mom of two. I cook at home all the time for my child. I'm not saying don't buy things for your kids, but buy things that are good. Every now and then they can have ice cream. Every now they can have a chocolate, but don't let them have muffins for breakfast every day. Don't let them have crispies and biscuits throughout the day, cakes and all these things. Are you serious? And then you wonder why your toddler doesn't eat food. You are the reason why your toddler doesn't eat food, okay? So stop what you're giving them, stand your ground, and eat with them. And if you are liking this video so far, and if it's rubbing you in any way, subscribe to the channel. I want you to see me every time so that I can tell you that stop feeding your kids processed food. They're not healthy for them. Stop it. Okay? Toddlers have a lot of things to worry about. They're still developing their mental what. Let them chuck tantrums because she can't reach her teddy bear that's hanging on the door, not because the sugar is driving her nuts. No, you want them to be focused on something else, because if you are adding the sugar and the salt in the mix of the tantrums that they throw out every day, stop it. That's all I had for you in this video. I'll see you tomorrow. 86% of people who watch my videos regularly haven't subscribed. Could you please subscribe to the channel? It makes the difference. It's a free way of supporting me and encouraging me to continuously show up in here and provide you guys with information that will help ease your parenting journey. Please do me a favor and subscribe. Thank you. Bye guys. See you tomorrow.